Hi students, today we will learn about two group CC disconnections in that Diels-Alder reaction. Introduction. The Diels-Alder reaction is one of the most important reactions in synthesis because it makes two CC bonds in one step and because it is regioselective and stereoselective. It is a pericyclic cycloaddition because a conjugated diene 1 and the conjugated alkene, that is 2, forms a cyclohexene. So here you can see how there is a reaction between a conjugated system, that is a conjugated diene and an alkene, and this conjugated alkene is called as a dienophile. And usually the Diels-Alder reaction takes place much faster if there is electron withdrawing groups which are linked to the or attached to the dienophile. Example: aldehyde 5 can be made by Da reaction easily. No special solvents or conditions are needed as no ionic intermediate are involved. The two components are simply mixed together. So here, this is a Diels-Alder reaction wherein you have a cyclohexene, and we are going to just use the arrow marks, and here we don't need to use any reagents, catalysts or any solvents because it is a concerted reaction, cyclic concerted reaction, wherein there is no need of any solvents to be used, only heat has to be provided. So once you have the cyclohexene, which wherein you're going to start the movement of electrons from an alkene. So here you have the alkene, that is the cyclohexene double bond, that is going to be moved, and there's going to be a concerted movement of the arrows, which is going to give rise to the dienophile and also the diene. So this is the subsequent synthesis wherein you're using a temperature of 100 degrees Celsius and you're going to get the target molecule, that is the aldehyde. This is a two-group disconnection because it can be carried out only when both features, cyclohexene and electron withdrawing groups, are present and the relationship between them is recognized. No matter how complicated the target molecule may be, example 6, if it contains a cyclohexene and an electron withdrawing groups in the right relationship, a Diels-Alder disconnection definitely takes place. So here you can see how there is a cyclohexene, and also there are two electron withdrawing groups which is linked to the cyclohexene. So here, as I already told, the cyclohexene, the Diels-Alder reaction works well when there are correct positioning of the electron withdrawing groups. So now this is the target molecule which can undergo the Diels-Alder reaction, and it is going to give rise to the conjugated diene and the dienophile. Now this is the synthesis, corresponding synthesis. Next, moving on to stereospecificity and stereoselectivity. The reaction takes place in one step so that neither the diene nor the dienophile has time to rotate, and the stereochemistry of each other must be faithfully reproduced in the product. Cis dienophile gives cis products and trans dienophile gives trans product. So here you can see how the dienophile here has and the product, the dienophile has the substituents. Okay, these are the electron withdrawing groups. So here how you can see how the product also, there is no variation in the stereoselectivity. The products that is obtained here, you can see how the two groups, that is the two substituent groups on the dienophile, have the same position, have the same stereochemistry even in the product. That is, one is the cis and one is above the plane and one is below the plane. And similarly the two hydrogens also in the dienophile also have the same kind of stereochemistry in the product as well. So the cis dienophile gives cis products, trans dienophile gives trans products. The synthetic attractant 11 used as bait for fruit fly has a trans relationship and can be made from a trans dienophile. So here you have a target molecule, and here you can see that it is an ester. So the first step of disconnection would be making use of a disconnection between the oxygen and the carbonyl carbon. Okay, once this disconnection is done, and also you're also making use of the Diels-Alder reaction, because since you can see there is a cyclohexene ring in the target molecule. Okay, so after the disconnection, the two synthons or the two synthetic equivalents would be the diene, conjugate diene, and also it would be the a dienophile. So here, once you do the disconnection, it is going to be an alcohol group, and also it is going to be an ester group. So here you can see in the synthesis how you have the diene and you have the dienophile. So here the dienophile is nothing but, see, once the disconnection is done, right, you're going to get a double bond to this carbon atom, and then there's going to be CO minus, and CO minus synthon. The CO minus synthon synthetic equivalent would be COOET. So this is the dienophile that you've got here, and the butadiene is nothing but the disconnection or the Diels-Alder reaction of the cyclohexane. So the Diels-Alder reaction of cyclohexane, we are going to get the butadiene, and also we are going to get the dienophile. That is this part. This much is going to be obtained here. That is the first part. Next, after heating, you are going to get the cyclohexane. That is, again, there's going to be Diels-Alder reaction. There's going to be movement of the electrons, a concerted movement of the electrons within the alkene structure, and you are going to obtain the cyclohexane. Now, the next part would be the reaction with the alcohol. So here what happened is, once you disconnected, there was an O minus as the synthon, and the synthetic equivalent is going to be the alcohol. So that is this intermediate, that is this reagent, that is nothing but the alcoholic group is going to, this compound is going to react with the cyclohexane. So once it reacts with cyclohexane, the reaction is nothing but the OET is going to be removed. That is, the ethanol group is going to be removed. ETOH is going to be removed, and you are going to get the target molecule of this kind. So this is one of the reactions where you can make use of Diels-Alder reaction along with a CO disconnection. So here you have a CO disconnection, CS disconnection, and also you have the Diels-Alder reaction because there is a cyclohexane which is present. So this kind of reactions you can become more familiar because this is a simple reaction of Diels-Alder reaction. So next we are going to study about the stereochemistry of diene is also transmitted to the product. Diene 13 adds to an acetylenic dienophile to give the cis product 14. This is because the two reagents approach each other in parallel planes so that the p orbitals overlap to form the new sigma bond, which are as nearly coaxial as possible. So here, see the reaction between a diene and the dienophile here, you can see the molecular orbital arrangement, that how the two orbitals are parallel to each other. So since the two orbitals are parallel to each other, it is going to give rise to a product of this kind. See, all the Diels-Alder reaction when you look at the molecular orbital structure theory, you can come to know that the diene and the dienophile, that there's the orbitals which are going to overlap to give rise to a product which is this product that is 14. You can see how the two orbitals of the diene, this is the diene, and the diene and the dienophile are aligned parallel to each other. So once they're aligned parallel to each other, that is, they are in this format wherein the orbitals overlap is parallel to each other between the diene and dienophile, it helps in the giving rise to a product of this kind, where there is a dialkene which is obtained in the cyclohexane ring. Endoselectivity. Though the stereochemistry of diene and that of the dienophile is preserved, in many cases two products can still be formed. This is seen in cyclic system. So here what happens in a cyclic system, abridged compounds, you can see that the substituent groups, see here, these are the substituent groups. That is, the anhydrides are the substituent groups here. So these substituent groups which are attached to the bridged system, they can give rise to two products. That is, it can give rise to an endo-isomer and it can also give rise to an exo-isomer. So these two products are possible. Now what happens in an endo-isomer is, see the functional groups, you can see here, these are the functional groups which are attached to the bridge compounds. Now these functional groups are facing below the bridged system. That is what you can observe here. These function groups are, that's the anhydride groups are attached, are present, they are located below situated below the bridged head system. So now this is what we call as the endoisomer, and this is also called as the syn isomer, because you can see when you compare the situation or the position of the double bond with the with the substituent groups, they are close to each other, means they are syn isomers. They are on the same side and they are syn isomers. So this is how you can explain the endoselectivity. Now when you come to the second kind of product wherein there is an exoselectivity, what happens is, or the exoisomer obtained, you can see that the functional groups attached to the bridged head are facing away from the bridged head, means they are facing above. The functional group, the substituents group are situated above or facing above the bridged head. Or in other words, you can say that they are anti-isomer, because when you look at these two positioning of the alkene double bond with the functional group, you can see that they are trans to each other. They are in the opposite direction. The double bond is facing below the plane, whereas the substituent group is facing above. So hence it is a trans. When you say trans, it is nothing but you can also call it as the anti-isomerism. It is possessing the anti-isomerism, whereas in the endo product you can see how the double bond is facing below the plane, and also the endo is also facing also the substituent groups are also, functional groups are also situated below the plane of this bridged head, means they are on the same side. Since they are on the same side, it is the syn isomerism and it is called as the endo. We are using endo and exo because it is used in terms whenever you are using the bridged head system, cyclic system, we make use of the terms endo and exo. So in other words, endo is also called as the syn isomerism, whereas the exo, since the double bond are facing on the opposite direction, it is called as the exo. It is nothing but exo is also called as the anti-isomerism. Next, coming to regioselectivity of Diels-Alder reaction. Diels-Alder reactions between unsymmetrical dienes and unsymmetrical dienophiles are regioselective. For example, one substituted butadienes gives ortho products 10 and two substituted butadiene gives para products, that is 12, particularly under Lewis acid catalysts. The meta products cannot be made this way because Diels-Alder reactions are also ortho-para directing. So it is very simple that you're only going to obtain an ortho product of this kind, or you're going to obtain a para product of 12. 10 is an ortho product and 12 is a para product. And you're not going to usually see a meta products of this kind 11 and 13 in Diels-Alder reaction, because Diels-Alder reaction are always ortho-para directing. So these reasons is usually because also of the substituents and also the electron withdrawing groups which are located on the dienophile. So all these factors matter when it is when it comes to the regioselectivity of Diels-Alder reaction. So you can see how the diene and the dienophile is reacts with an Lewis acid, and you are going to get that's tin tetrachloride. You are going to get the product which is ortho product. And here you are again using another. So this is one substituted and this is the two substituted diene. So here there's a two substituted diene, butadiene, and this is one substituted butadiene. So here you can see how the two substituted butadiene reacts with the dienophile in presence of a Lewis acid, and it is going to give rise to the para product. Okay, so usually we only see the ortho para products in the Diels-Alder reaction. Meta products is usually not possible in Diels-Alder reaction. Okay, so these are some of the basic concepts in Diels-Alder reaction. You can make use of these reactions whenever you come across examples for the retrosynthetic analysis, wherein you can do the Diels-Alder reaction. Hence, since this is also a two-group CC disconnection. So that's all for today, students. Thank you very much.